We are underway in the Holden Cup. The Bulldogs defending the northern end of ANZ Stadium. Been a tough old year. They started the season with a great victory over the Seagulls. It made many coaches and fans really take a look at this footy side, but sadly they have been on the downhill slope ever since. This is Jaden Ockenbaugh. Unmistakable, the big fella. Memories of, I guess, or visions of Jamal Idris at a young age. The flowing locks and the giant frame on this right side of the field. Already into the Titans' end of the field. Good running here, Tia. Big Peter, along with Sonny Haller, will need to lay the platform for the Dogs today. Go to Lewis, keeps the ball in hand to Ockenbaugh. Final play, Dogs having a look at the line and they score. A great movement. Lewis Strickland on the end of it. And what a start for the home side.
Fantastic start by the Doggies, wasn't it? They attacked on the last play, come down this right-hand edge through Lachlan Lewis, through a great cutout pass, wasn't it? Got Ockenbaugh on the outside. Still had a bit to do, positioned Strickland back on the inside perfectly, and then he just pinned his ears back, I should say, and he just went for that try line, was able to get over. Great start for the Bulldogs.
Final play, it went to Lachlan Lewis. He had the opportunity of kicking the ball and maintaining a bit of pressure. They obviously saw something, and Ockenbaugh was fabulous on this right-hand side, but back to Strickland. Mountain of a kid, like they all are. Josh Bergerman attempting to add the extras. Watched the Bulldogs play just a couple of weeks ago against the Canberra Raiders back to Belmore. As the kickers waved away, they were impressive. Inconsistent, and that is the issue with under-20s football. There's Lachlan Lewis already with an impact in blue and white. Disappointed to lose him, the Canberra Raiders, along with Lachlan Croker, had plans for the young man moving forward, but they've got some halves in the top grade in front of them. A couple of good ones too. They've certainly got depth in the 6th and the 7. Awkward bounce here. And the good work the Bulldogs had done in the opening 60 seconds of the game has been undone, and you wouldn't guess it was Lewis Strickland who was closest to the football. This is going to be a Canberra loose and feed, ultimately possession coming out of the scrum, and what an opportunity to square up, maybe even lead.
It's a wobbly old kickoff, wasn't it? But Strickland, the man on the spot there, just had to get his hands on the football. Like to see players attack the ball instead of waiting for that awkward bounce. The bouncing football can go anywhere. Great opportunity for the Titans to strike straight back.
Barry into the scrum. Roberts got the ball wide to Tyrone Roberts-Davis. Ethan Roberts in 14, preferred to Corey Manakaros as a starting minute hooker. This is Kurt Bernard, has been particularly strong over the last few weeks. Travelling across field, they look out the back to their halfback. He gets it on to Jed Cartwright, a familiar Cartwright flick. Ball is back infield to young Jed. And they have lost the best part of 25 metres. What was a sloppy little passage of football. Often you see it when the start is a little unconventional, a little surprising. Both teams really struggle to get into any form of routine. Who needs routine, though, when you've got points? Held up here, however. Ethan Roberts, it opened and very quickly for him. Little number 14 goes back to the 10. Had a real big shot here. And some great defence from the Bulldogs. Grubber through. Excellent work from the Dogs. The fullback Bergerman lost his footing, so he was reliant on a little bit of a hand from someone else, and they found it from Oppo Tagaloa.
It's a great pickup under pressure, wasn't it? But how about the offload earlier on from Max King from the Gold Coast Titans? He's right up there as a stat leader in this NYC competition. He created the opportunity for Roberts there. The Bulldogs will have to be on the game every time he carries the footy.
Sonny Haller out the back to Peter Tiatia. The front rowers combining. Haller, former Penrith player, Penrith junior, with huge raps on him as they go downfield through Tramontana. Easy take at the back for Tyrone Roberts-Davis. Probably not the kick the Bulldogs were looking for. Well, we're going to see a Gordon Tallis, Brett Hodgson type drag over the sideline there. Now it's time for the Titans to just settle down. Get into the fight. This is Philip Sammy playing left centre. Very strong, as you saw the impact there. Bumped off Lewis. This is the 18 Nathan Watts. Named on the interchange. With the omission of Morgan Boyle from the footy side, he gets his opportunity starting. Bergerman at the back. Good chase here from the Titans. And they limit the metres the fullback had in front of him. They are winning this territorial battle. They're behind on the scoreboard. Trying to muscle his way over the 30-metre line. The skipper, Marcelo Montoya, goes back to his position on the left wing. First penalty of the game. In the 6th minute. Referees today, Phil Henderson and his assistant, Drew Altram. This is the reason for the penalty. Yeah, just holding on a little too long.
Yeah, they just started to lose momentum in the back end of that set defensively, did the Gold Coast Titans. They come on the back of a run by their captain, Montoya. Just got the set started and got that momentum going. Chance for the Bulldogs to go back to start this game.
Try scorer Strickland tackled on the first. They go to Lewis. He in turn finds Tagaloa. Centre field and with options both sides. Lewis playing at first receiver this near side, and that young man, Adam Kieran, playing first receiver on the left-hand side of the field. Lewis not going to want to overplay his hand at all here as Haller attracting the attention of several. Ball comes free. No knock-on ruled from the Titans. I thought they may have got a touch on that as the ball came out of the hands of Sonny Haller. And a penalty here to the Titans. Maybe a little unlucky there, the Bulldogs. Happy to go with the ref's judgment, though. They're in a great position. Okay, what's happened? Ball's come free. Knock on. We could debate it for ages, but in the heat of the moment, the referee's probably made the right call there. A tough one, though, for the Dogs. Back into the 40 already. And the Titans, here is Bernard. One-on-one strip. Very good work defensively there from the Bulldogs. They hold on again. Great stuff from Darius Miller. Left-hand back rower. Taking things into his own hands. Here is Montoya again. Montoya. Very nice. Ball has come free here. The referees are claiming it was a knock-on. And the Bulldogs fans are saying hard luck. So too are the Titans fans. Bulldogs are going to end up with the football here somehow. Double knock-on obviously ruled.
It's a big shot, wasn't it? The Titans trying to muscle up in and around the ruck. Just made contact with the arm carrying the football, popped out the back.
And a little knock-on at the back from Haller. The lottery that is who packs into the back row is complete. With Ockenbaugh, the right centre on the left-hand side of the back row. This is Tiatia attracting the attention of 3 on the 30-metre line, and over it they travel. Numbers here for the Dogs. Out to the winger, Montoya it goes. And he is looking for the line, almost finding it as well. Big, strong thing he is on that left-hand side, the skipper. Back to Kieran. Continue the movement through Tangalua. Hasn't given up hope of points here. Titans defensively holding strong. And holding on as well. The referee said just far too long. You can probably feel hard done by the Titans there. The arm was caught. Restart through Haller. Head down, backside up, and he charges into the defensive line. Through the hands of Lewis, it goes to Bergerman. Thought he spotted an opening and decided to ignore Ockenbaugh. 6 metres out, Ockenbaugh at dummy half to Lewis, playing back on the inside this time to Tia. Titans defensively are being tested big time by the Dogs, and Sonny Haller bounces in and out of the contact of Kurt Bernard. Also involved in the tackle, Max King. Little ginger there, big Sonny. He's held on to it, but he's knocked it on. Out of the first juggle, it has obviously hit one of the Titans.
Great little play right at the line. Just couldn't control the pass. There was a little gap there.
Yep. Great ruling from the refs. Well done to Phil Henderson and Drew Altram, their sideline officials. It is so easy from the commentary box, from the grandstand, the lounge or the pub, wherever you're watching, to rip into the refs at any given stage. And it's sometimes a little bit of fun, a little bit of a vent as well. But some really good rulings to start their game. 12 minutes in, it is 4-0. Dogs over the Titans. Wherever you're watching, hope you've got a great weekend planned, the long weekend. This weekend on the calendar for mine. A massive Monday. Anzac Day. All up early, and then we'll finish the day in style with 3 live games of rugby league. Here go the Titans, straight through the middle. Tyrone Roberts-Davis wanted to play on there. The ref wanted none of it. Ball being played back to Ethan Roberts. Big dummy, the show and go from Josh Roberts. Last tackle. Awkward bounce for the fullback, Bergerman. Oh, he showed some patience there.
Yeah, geez, he did very well, didn't he? He just trusted that that ball was going to go dead in goal. He screams out to the 20-metre, gets the 7 tackle set for the Bulldogs underway. This is what's killing the Gold Coast Titans at the moment. They're just their discipline in and around the ruck. Just trying to slow things down a little bit. The big Bulldogs forward pack just starting to win that wrestle in the middle third of the field, getting all the momentum.
3-1 the penalties in favour of the Dogs, and this is the reason why. Such a fine line between holding down and giving your defensive line the advantage, and holding down too long and upsetting the referee. Haller, again impressive. Big Sonny. 2 knee operations after a kneecap dislocation last year. Montoya on the left-hand side. Montoya over. That is 6 tries in 8 games. And considering the Bulldogs are 15th on the ladder, an amazing effort.
It was a great little play down the short side, wasn't it? They just stripped the Gold Coast Titans for numbers and found Montoya isolated on his own down the left-hand flank. And he had a lot of work to do, showed a lot of speed, determination, and he got low. So the covering Gold Coast defence couldn't get across and take him into touch. It's a fantastic start, but all on the back of a few little penalties that the Gold Coast Titans are just giving away down the other end of the field. They managed to wrestle themselves back in, get down the other end of the field, but the penalty gave the Bulldogs great field position and they were able to take full advantage.
What a name too. Marcelo Montoya. I don't know if it belongs in rugby league, in extreme sports or Formula One. It's flashy, and so too is he, the most experienced campaigner in this Bulldogs lineup. It's his 36th under-20s game, and that is now 23 tries. Bergman on the preferred side now for the right footer. Steered his first one left and leaves this one out to the right. So 8-0 the scoreline, 2 tries to 0 in favour of the underdogs, the Bulldogs. In this, the 12th occasion these two footy sides have played. Dogs have won 6, the Titans 4. There has also been the 1 draw. Titans very much a work in progress. Traditionally, over the last 9 years, have not had a strong base, a strong under-20s, but under Ben Wolfe over the last 3 years, I think it's been an improving football side. And they have certainly produced some stars for first grade. Hands from Lewis. At the back. A little nervous there. So too was this man, Peter Tiatia, because he began his run-up and was ready to launch himself into the Gold Coast chasing line. Tiatia and this man, Sonny Haller, been outstanding.
Really impressive. Really impressive.
13 combined hit-ups. They've had a majority of the football. Almost 70% of the ball has been in the hands of the Bulldogs as we move towards the 17th minute. They are big numbers. Their headgear, Tramontana. Back to Haller. Ball comes free. Bergman, like all good fullbacks should, sniffing in and around the ruck, looking for just that. Here is Lewis. Left footer down into the corner, and it finds Christian Mika. Free to Tyrone Roberts-Davis. He travels across field, is met by the locked forward Opu Tagaloa. This is where they need Bernard, King, Wright, and Watts to lay the platform. Ball free here, and with a helping hand. And the helping hand to the Titans. They needed that, a piggyback downfield.
Yeah, they needed that. They were very bunched, the Gold Coast Titans. Very much one out. No real support. And they were really struggling to get out of their own end. Much needed penalty.
Heavy contact, a 3-man Bulldogs tackle. Some big units involved on Shane Wright. To play wide here very early. To the hands of Philip Sammy, named on the wing, playing at left centre inside Mika. Bernard again, trying to charge over Lewis. The ball has been lost this time, no strip. And the Titans have let him off again. They are yet to really seriously challenge this Bulldogs line.
It was a great contact, wasn't it? Just as he's trying to get to his feet, Bernard comes up with a little error. It was a nice little play out to this left-hand edge, though, for the Gold Coast Titans. It was a little bit clunky, but they were still able to get some space out on this left-hand side. They spread the ball, a few decoy runners punching back against the grain, just held up the Bulldogs' defensive line, but weren't able to go on with it and build some pressure.
Bend your backs. Ball. Out.
The footy back in the hands of the Dogs. They've completed 7 of 10 sets in this opening quarter of the game. Here is Ockenbaugh. Big Jaden put on his backside. Some strong defence there from 2 of the Titans forwards, including Jed Cartwright. A back-to-back effort there with his halfback Ty Barry. Montana out to Lewis, and once again Tagaloa. Oppo to his feet slowly. Haller has got already 3 offloads this afternoon, or this morning as it is. Out to the left-hand side. Montoya benefited from that just a couple of minutes ago. They come back in field as Bergerman pumps it over the top. An awkward bounce for the Titans. A beautiful one for the Bulldogs. And Joseph Tramontana is the beneficiary. Didn't deserve that at the back, Tyrone Roberts-Davis. What a horrible bounce.
It's a nasty bounce, wasn't it? But not for the first time this afternoon. The Bulldogs going down that left-hand edge of theirs. They've shown that there's a few opportunities down there. Come back infield, little offload, kick back inside onto this guy who just did not give up. Tramontana. Johnny on the spot to collect him. He's had a really good start to this game too, the little number 9. Just rolling his forwards down the field quite well. He's got a few opportunities from the offloading from his big men in Hulla, causing all sorts of problems for the Gold Coast ruck defence, and much rewarded try there for the young number 9.
Shaking the head there, Tyrone Roberts-Davis. There is not much you can do about the bounce of the ball. Tramontana is first for the day. 8th try from a kick for the Bulldogs this season, second in the NYC. 14 points to nil. The first of our 3 live NRL games is the Bulldogs and the Titans here from ANZ Stadium. Our pre-game show commencing at 2:30 kickoff.
Just be careful
Shortly after, we hope you're in for the journey, the long ride with us on Fox Sports today.
Give you the tip. Just be really careful there. Time you run.
Oh. You wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it. Twice in 22 minutes. The Titans have found the sideline, but they're yet to capitalise from a great restart.
Interesting start, wasn't it? Understand the situation. The Gold Coast Titans down 14-0. Need to get some field position and some possession down this end of the field so they can launch some attacking raids. It was a great kickoff. Nasty bounce once again. Spoke about the bounce of the football up the other end. Gold Coast need to strike.
They're not going to this time. That was brutal defence from Oppo Tagaloa. And the Titans drop it before the first tackle. Here is Montoya. What a shot that was as the Titans had a look on the right-hand side of the field from the scrum. Got him. What a shot on Josh Rogers. Another penalty here for the Dogs. The count out to 4-2 in favour of the home side, who are dominating every possible statistic in this opening period. 2 big ins in the last fortnight for Benny Anderson, the coach. I speak of Sonny Haller and also Lachlan Lewis. 67% to 33, so double the amount of football. Here is Haller. Still trying to get the rust out of the system because it's been a while since he's played this, just his second game back. And he's formed quite the combination with his front rowers, one of them playing the ball, one with the ball now. Out to Lewis, the new halfback. Looking for number 2, and well done defensively from the Titans, but they just couldn't hold on to it. And Lewis Strickland collects his second, the Bulldogs' 4th, and it is all the blue and white.
What a great line by Strickland. We're used to seeing back rowers punching back against the grain to inside shoulders, but here they just isolated the little number 7, Ty Barry from the Gold Coast Titans. Skipped to his outside. It was always going to be hard for the little number 7 to make that tackle. But how about the determination? He just kept the legs pumping, only had eyes for the try line, was able to get there and slam the ball down for the Bulldogs. They are playing fantastic football at the moment.
Not a whole lot in it at the end. Jed Cartwright up against Lewis Strickland. As the rain starts tumbling in here from the south. Doesn't look like it, but I trust me on that one. Joshua Bergman kicking into the rain, into the breeze. Not far off centre. An easy one for Josh. And we are out to 20-0. Amazing. The Dogs scored in the opening set, the opening 60 seconds of the game. They've given the Titans more than one opportunity at their end of the park, but the Gold Coast, they haven't been able to really do anything, make
Stay on
any
side, Gold
impact
Coast.
on this Dogs line.
Again, Kieran.
Certainly not the scoreboard. We have seen 2 kickoffs over the sideline from the Titans on the restart. Do they look for a third? Not this time. They go deep to Lewis. He offloads and onto the football field. Lachlan Lee in 14 is driven backwards. Titans have been revving themselves up behind the in goal, and they know that a comeback starts defensively. They must improve. Nice meters from the hooker there. One of the try scorers, Tramontana. Far too many meters available. Playing it short, and a good shot from the Titans on Lee. That is his second possession of the set. Tia up and over the 40-metre line and wrestling and fighting for every possible metre. Didn't get the quick play the ball he was hoping for as they go left side of the field. Left foot kick. Tyrone Roberts-Davis beats one. Couldn't beat the second. A very effective and enthusiastic chase from the Dogs. Here's more of that enthusiasm. Add to that some genuine technique and some real power, and the Dogs are dominating here. They've shortened their defensive lineup. There's the winger, 25 metres in from this near side. He was almost on halfway. They were tempting the Titans to go round them, saying, because you're not going through us. Last tackle.
Inside.
Just inside the 40, but no angle on that as Bergman takes it on his 20-metre line. Fires it out to the left-hand side to Montoya, well over his head. And held as he tosses the ball back in. Some nervous moments there for the Dogs. And that's something they've avoided for this opening 27 minutes. They've been a little cautious, but very effective.
Yeah, they have been. They've just been able to get through their sets so well, and this is what they've done particularly well. Just roll through the middle of the field. The big Gold Coast forwards just starting to get a little bit tired now, and there's plenty of opportunities just in and around the A and B defenders. Just getting a little bit loose. Their line speed's also dropping off, which makes it really hard to win those crucial tackles.
But a Titan was on the ground, now making his way back into the line. Big Max King. We believe his grandfather, the legendary Dragon, Johnny King, is in the crowd watching his grandson on, and no doubt very proud.
I got the scrum out. You want it?
Mistake here from the Bulldogs, and in particular Tagaloa. Oh, only just. Only just, but enough to catch the referee's eye. A reprieve for the Gold Coast. As we said, they moved into 8th place courtesy of the Broncos' victory over the Rabbitohs last night at Suncorp. Titans 4 wins, 3 losses.
Step back. Step back. Step back. Step back. Right, now get your head in. Get your head in. Get your heads in. Righto, bend your back. Bend your back. Hold it there. Hold it. Ball. Out.
Scrummaging, coaching on the run from our refs. The young boys did exactly what they were told. Get to the near side of the footy field. Sammy taken very easily. Train continues, and the breeze is at the back of the Titans. Ethan Roberts. Better from the Titans. simplifying their game plan in this set. Straightforward stuff, but effective stuff in under-20s football. And with the rain here, it's a big mountain to climb. 20-0 after 30 minutes. Rain continues to belt in here at ANZ. Jed Cartwright taking it to the line. Still going, Jed Cartwright. He reaches out, looking to score, and then is driven backwards in a tackle of 4. Short ball there from the Titans. The crash ball. And held up over the line.
Oh.
In fact, he
I've got up on 2.
got over the line, was felled, and I thought he may well have got the ball down, but the referee in a far better position than us. He said, absolutely not. Make up your mind. Held up, held up, held up. Oh, the ball on the close to the ground. I'll run with the ref again. Lalesio. Need to see more of this young man, Greg Lalesio, a real talent on that right side of the field. Titans are over.
Ball down. Happy.
It has taken half an hour, but the Titans are over. And is this the spark that they needed?
They did need those 4 points, did the Gold Coast Titans, all on the back of the run from Lalesio.
Nathan Watts. We spoke about simplifying when you're behind, and they have simplified. No 2 or 3 pass plays, one off the ruck, go straight, hold the football. And they've done just that, and an easy kick for Tyrone Roberts-Davis. Five from 7 last week. Very likeable young footballer, this one. One of those rare young natural talents that just seem to do everything so easily. Good illustration of the rain here and just how heavy it is as the flags go up. We have a 14-point game and a crucial 8 minutes for the Titans. The Raiders and the Tigers, our second live NRL game from 5 p.m. from the national capital.
Time you're running. Onside.
2 footy sides desperate for a victory on what is shaping as a thrilling Super Saturday. And of course, we finish it with the Cowboys and the Eels in Townsville, their second meeting of the year. First meeting of the year for the Titans and the Dogs, and look at this from the Gold Coast. Exceptional stuff from Simone Afahi. The 40-metre line and up to halfway. Max King. Short side to the skipper, Jed Cartwright. Playing at the ball there was Ockenbaugh. And all of a sudden they are down on the 30-metre line with a couple of tackles left. Second phase football. They continue on. Good exchange of passing there. Last tackle now. Set out to the right-hand side of the field through Josh Rogers. Great take from Montoya, who immediately goes to ground. He, out of the corner of his eye, spotted the sideline and thought, I want no part of that.
It's a great play defensively as well. The escort from the Bulldogs. Outside men. Just to fold back with the attacking players from the Gold Coast. There's actually still a Gold Coast player down in back play. We'll have to check on him and see if he can make his way back into the defensive line.
Is it Greg Lalesio, or I think it's Braden McGrady, the right winger? There's the Bulldogs, who many years ago were, of course, known as the Berries. In total control, 20-6.
14, give 10.
Need to be a little more urgent there, the Gold Coast, in getting to the football. and allowed the chasing team of the Dogs a real advantage. The hard work again begins for the visitors. Slowly clawing their way back into the match and on the stat sheet, but still, as we approach half-time, it is a 60-40 possession split in favour of the home side. One of the many reasons they're leading 20 points to 6. There's another reason. Titans' control of the football or lack of. Made too many errors this afternoon, or this morning, again. Hard to get used to saying football and morning in the same sentence. But the Titans, when they are dropping the footy, they're dropping it early in the count. So it is almost back-to-back defensive sets for them.
Just looking a little fatigued on both sides of the ball. Yep. Defence and also in attack. They're very bunched up, not pulling shape, not working off the ball, which allows the Bulldogs defence just to compress right up. And obviously that little string of passes means you're running into Bulldogs defensive players, and the contact at the line was just too much.
Into the right-hand side, he already has a double. Right back rower, Strickland, and he finds Ockenbaugh on this near side of the field. Playing back midfield. Petty Murphy taken to the ground. It's his first hit up of the morning. Short exchange of passing. They were beauties as well, but so too was the defence of the Titans. Very desperate stuff. However, the Dogs are looking left and they have a numbers advantage. One pass wide and dragged to the ground and somehow denied. Again, great defence. Well done to the Titans. They're going to have another crack here, the Bulldogs. Alessio is back there. Lewis with a great chase, and the pressure is building here on the visitors. 3.5 minutes to go before half-time, already trailing by 14. You wouldn't want to make it any more.
It's a great little heads-up play by the little number 9. Tramontana just dribbled it into the in goal. The chase was a good one. Led by the new guy, Lachlan Lewis.
Here they go, the Dogs again. The 19th set of 6 they have had in this game. Murphy dropped to the ground, 30 metres out. This is Lachlan Lee. Well, the ball may have dislodged there. The referees have agreed. I think it was the pocket ref that called that. The referee was blindsided, the main ref, Phil Henderson. They had good communication from the boys on the field. It was as he was taken to the ground. So that left hand just looking to re-establish contact with the footy there.
Good numbers in the tackle there too from the Gold Coast Titans. Just showing how urgent they needed to be defending their own goal line. A few minutes out from half-time. Couldn't afford to leak any more points.
Can they get through a set, the Titans? Jed Cartwright. Socks down doing his thing. Here's Lalesio, right side of the field to the left, trying to improve his involvement in the game. Very strong stuff on Max King. He got the ball away somehow. He was under immense pressure. Back to Manakaros. Backing into the line and also looking for second phase footy there is Sam Swift. Tackle number 4, and downtown they go with just under 90 seconds remaining in the half, so they probably won't get another set. They might get another tackle or two, the Titans. What can the Bulldogs do? Do they look to extend their lead in this final 60 seconds, or are they happy with an advantage of 14? Ockenbaugh not happy with 14. Has been destructive in his running, his involvement high as well. Over halfway now, the Bulldogs making it look very easy against the Titans, who are struggling. Playing out the back to Kieran, on further to Miller, out to Kikomanu, Montoya, Strickland. Happy to keep tossing the footy around, but not a lot of direction in what they were doing. It is the final tackle. Bulldogs 10 metres out. Happy with the one.
Wide.
Ref's not happy with it though. Wide it is. And that could well be it for this opening half. Bulldogs looking for an early field goal. Real opportunity there to have a crack at 4 or 6 as the siren sounds. The rain continues to fall. It is 4 tries to 1 after 40 minutes of football. A scoreline, Bulldogs 20, Titans 6. And we are ready to go. The second half of round 8 in the Holden Cup. The Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs, the Gold Coast Titans, 20 points to 6, 4 tries to 1 in the opening 40 minutes. The Dogs, outsiders, 15th place on the competition ladder, but they were very, very good in the opening 40 minutes. The Titans taking it forward. No nonsense stuff here from Sammy Swift. And a Karos, Jed Cartwright, good metres from the young man. Swift again, his involvement exceptional, but the ball comes free. Another incomplete set for the Gold Coast Titans. And the first and last thing Ben Wolfe, the coach, would have said to them at half-time, hold the ball for the first set.
Yeah, disappointing start for the Gold Coast Titans. They're actually moving out of their own end quite nicely. Some really determined running by their outside backs in particular was what Ben Wolfe would have loved to have had out there. Unfortunately, they've come up with an error. Bulldogs in great field position already to start this second half.
Benny Wolfe, an old schoolmate of yours from Mount Isa. The right-hand side of the field, but keeping it in the middle of the park. Interchange of passing, couple of missed tackles here from the Titans. It's the Bulldogs with 2 shots at the line here. They come to Kieran, the ball has been dropped by Derice Miller. Didn't deserve that, Derice. And now a penalty from the home side. Oh, the Titans. They can breathe easy. A huge let-off. Not only no points to the Dogs when they look certain for scoring, but the best part of 55 metres advantage to Gold Coast.
Dodged a bullet, didn't they? But here's an opportunity. They can start all over again, get some field position and start to build some pressure on this Bulldog side. Need to complete.
Shane Wright, big unit. Likeable young fella too off the park. He starts the set. And you wouldn't believe it.
You like the first one?
Tackle number 2. Ball comes free. Justin Fye looks to the ground. He's caught the disease as well, the dropsies. It's infectious, it seems, for the Titans. They've had just 40% of possession, and you've seen exactly why in the opening 2 sets this second half.
Stand square. Ball. Out.
The early shift at the Fox Lab on fire today to keep this interesting with the Bulldogs up by 14. The Bulldogs' second half differential in their opening 7 games this year is minus 92 in terms of for and against. Minus 92. Basically, it means they're getting beaten by 15 or 16 on average per game in the second half alone. Dummies inside, dummies outside. Goes himself, Adam Kieran. Had the ball out in front, kept the defensive line guessing. Kick, Forced to play at it. Only just Tyrone Roberts-Davis. Oh, he had a decision to make there. He could obviously hear and feel the Bulldogs chasers charging in on the football. Now, I think if memory serves me correctly, maybe he left one last week and had his pants pulled down, so to speak.
There's a great little kick there too by Trematana. That's his second forced dropout of the afternoon. Really building pressure on the Gold Coast defence. He's been lively out of dummy half, and his kicking game is just an extra foil.
Sliding take from Kieran and strong defence from the Gold Coast. Reese Miller just settles things down. His dummy half, a quick play the ball, and he's affords the opportunity into a fractured line. They're now 15 metres out. They come back to this short side, and the ball has come free. And again, it's the combination on the inside of Kieran and DeMiller. Reese Miller, should I say. They've looked at it twice. That's a wrap on the Titans' defence because they're getting up quickly, they're hitting hard. They're in the faces of the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Ben Wolfe would have probably had a bit of a word to his right-hand edge defence as well at half-time. They were probably guilty of being a little bit too passive in that first half. Allowed the Bulldogs to just march over the advantage line and create a number of opportunities down their left-hand edge. Looks as though they fixed that up early in the second half.
Five and a bit minutes into this second half. Here's Swift. Tucks the ball under the right wing and launches himself into a tackle of three. Ockenbaugh made a real big play at the ball held by Jed Cartwright. He was then taken to the ground by Strickland. Cartwright hurt in that. Back the Titans come to Justin Fye. And they get to the end of their set. Kick finds the ground and great hands by Bergerman, the fullback for the Bulldogs, who beat the initial tackle, then carried three defenders with him for another 5 or 6 metres. Immediately the Titans on the back foot early in this set.
The urgency and their line speed is what you're looking for at the moment for the Gold Coast Titans. They can get up and get numbers in tackles, slow the momentum through the middle third of the field. That's where they've been losing the battle throughout this game.
A missing boot. Lewis, left foot downfield, turning the Titans around. A really good kick there. Mika, then driven backwards. They are really struggling at the moment, the Gold Coast Titans. Lack of possession. That is one thing, but initial contact and the physicality of the game, advantage Bulldogs. Run by big Shane Wright. That was contact. The big fellas coming together there. Fahi, the ball carrier. Slam it. Sammy Swift, hasn't he been good since coming on? Turning around the Bulldogs here. Bergerman, extremely safe. He was under some pressure too from Mika. Lalesio defensively was there as well, but Mika led the charge on the Bulldogs fullback.
It was a great set by the Gold Coast Titans, wasn't it? And led by that charge from Sam Swift, got the momentum for the Gold Coast Titans. They were able to kick on the front foot, get all their kickers on side and get down and start to put pressure on the Bulldogs defensively, make their big forwards try and get back behind the football. Hopefully they can continue and turn the tide.
Lewis looking for the sideline and finds it. A huge 40-20. In fact, it's closer to a 33. He has got every bit of that. And there is a game changer.
What a way to halt the momentum that the Gold Coast Titans were just starting to get. It was a fantastic kick, wasn't it? He's got some great skills, does Lachlan Lewis.
Ockenbohr, right centre, puts his hand up. He said, I'll take this and have a crack myself. On the restart. From Montana to Kieran, and a little wider here to Bergman. Taken in a nice one-on-one initially by Joshua Rogers. Coming in for the assist was Wright. You can hear the Bulldogs screaming at each other, take it easy, take it easy. Montana lunging himself, denied. Good from the Dogs, good from the Titans so far in this set of 6. Out to the open side, a bit of room to move, looking for the numbers. Far too easy and far too good. Jack Gibbons, who hasn't had many opportunities today, turned his opposing winger around, did so easily, and look at the smiles on the faces for the Dogs.
It was a great finish, wasn't it? It was a good little kick in behind there from Bergman, just catching the Gold Coast Titans up and in.
I think you'll find Christian Mika, 21 for the Titans, turned and looked up thinking the fullback was covering. The fullback wasn't covering. As a result, there was points.
It's great hands, good determination from the winger. All on the back of the 40-20 kick too, from Lachlan Lewis to get the Dogs down this end of the field.
Well done, Jack. First Holden Cup try. Good stuff. Another difficult kick for Josh Bergman. Hasn't had some easy ones this afternoon. Add to that the rain and the wind. Delighted with the scoreline though. 3 converted tries, the difference. Weight of possession. That's the key to this one. That's why the scoreline looks like it does. Just out to the left-hand side, so it remains 5 tries to 1, 24 points to 6. Just under half an hour remaining in the Holden Cup between the Bulldogs and the Titans. Looking forward to the first of our 3 live NRL games. 3 o'clock here, Bulldogs, Titans, then of course Raiders and Tigers, the Cowboys and the Eels is our nightcap. Amazing weekend of rugby league, aren't they all though? Restart from the Titans, they don't look for the sideline this time. At the moment, the Dogs doing it without their 1 and 2 front rowers in Peter Tia and also Sonny Haller. Jerry Liassi, formerly of the Melbourne Storm. He's tackled in 17. Playing it back and out through the hands of Lewis. It goes to Strickland. Takes control of the football up to the 40-metre line. Play number 5 here. Lewis has a little look at the line himself. Had support in the form of Bergman on his right hip, decided against it as they go back to Adam Kieran, who turns 19 tomorrow with the kick. And an easy take at the back. Tyrone Roberts-Davis sprinting back to the 20-metre for the quick restart and also the 7-tackle set. Gold Coast, easy metres, almost up to halfway already, and that is just the first. The maths was never good, never my strength. They do need to be next to score if they are any chance whatsoever, the Titans. To be honest, the Dogs have been a far superior football side today. Mid-count here. To big Shane Wright on his right-hand side. And Akaros moves into dummy half. 17 is Faye. He's in the go zone now. Last tackle for the Titans. Numbers to the left. That's where they go. Grubber through. Taken by the centre, Jaden Ockenbaugh. Who's got the legs to go with Jaden? I'm saying no one. He has gone the best part of 97 metres, totally against the run of play. And the Dogs, they lead by 28-6 with a kick to come. Wind the clock back a little. With the right light, if you're squinting the right type of way, is that Jamal Idris?
Definitely looks like him in full flight, doesn't it? But great bit of skill by Ockenberg there. It was a little grubber kick that needed to get threaded through that line. Just stuck the foot out, was able to control the football, and then on his way he went. The Gold Coast Titans, you called it, Andy, in the call. They definitely had numbers on that left-hand side, and they needed to be the next to score. Just tried to force things a little bit. The pass probably was the play. Unfortunately, for the Gold Coast Titans, they weren't able to execute, and the Bulldogs have stretched this lead out to 22 points with the kick to come.
Oh, he's got the moves too. Milpera boys dancing up and enjoying this. Imagine how quick he'd be if he streamlined the hair. They weren't making too much of an impression on him from behind there. Very good try. And a lot easier kick for this young fella, Josh Bergerman. No issues there. It's a smashing at this point. Will it be a smashing tonight? And if so, which way? When the North Queensland Cowboys play host to the Parramatta Eels. From Townsville, second meeting of these two footy sides in 2016. The Eels too good for the Cowboys' first time round at Pertex Stadium. What will happen tonight?
Onside, Gold Coast.
A restart here from the Titans, who have dropped now to 39% of the football over 57 minutes. Ockenbaugh took the football, looked up, and there was no one immediately in front of him. And probably his first thought was, oh no, not again. Another 60 metres. Whilst they were looking for the sideline and possession, they were unable to find it. And the result is a real territorial advantage to the Bulldogs. We've seen the examples of what can happen from a varied kickoff if successful, but the penalty for not finding the line is extreme.
Take it back.
Back here, mate. Five.
Bringing it back is the Petty Murphy. And play on to Tramontoya. Kieran. Oh, and a juggle there from Lalesio, who's playing fullback with Tyrone Roberts-Davis on this right wing. This is the 17 for the Titans, Justin Fye. Back early, but only on the 10 metres. Did well there, Lalesio, didn't he, in the replay box? To Jed Cartwright. Had the right arm available. He's having a look on his outside for Braden McGrady, I think it was, playing the supporting role. McGrady looking for his 6th try in 7 games, and they've lost it. The final play here. Unable to get to their last option, which was going to be a kick deep into this southwestern corner. Just a concentration thing, and they would be fatigued. They have had so much defensive work to do. And leading the way, Big Maxi King on 31 tackles. Ball comes out. Not an easy grab for Tramontana at the back of the scrum. The hooker playing at lock as we knew it back in the day. Tagaloa turned around and rolled onto his back. Cartwright and Barry, the defenders. It was nice from Liassi, but again overstepping the mark. It goes back to the hands of the hooker, who finds Peter Tiatia. Tiatia on the field. Here was Lewis, who was certainly going to add some spark and a little bit of polish to this Bulldogs outfit. Awkward at the play the ball. A good kick, however. And some smart showing on that left-hand side by Mika. And a penalty to the Titans, just a little too keen. Jaden Ockenball, we knew what you were trying to do, and it was a great idea. Just a fraction early.
Just a fraction early, but Ben Anderson, the coach of the Bulldogs side, will want his team to be ruthless here in this last 20 minutes of play. Really put the Gold Coast Titans under the pump, and that was a great little kick to do that. Had them starting their set, the Gold Coast Titans right on their own try line.
Titans won the last time these two footy sides met. 32-20. That was round 23 last year, but prior to, the Bulldogs had won the previous 6. The Bulldogs end of the field and out to the right-hand side. They got both Manakaros and Roberts on the field. They had done everything. Broken the line, drawn the fullback, and it was a very simple draw and pass to score. And it didn't. It didn't work. The pass was a shocker.
Great footwork, though, by Roberts, wasn't it? To find a little bit of space back on the inside through the middle of the Bulldogs' defence. All he needed to do was position his player on the outside. Just wasn't able to execute the play in the conditions. A little bit slippery. We've seen a lot of errors throughout the course of this match, and the Gold Coast are guilty once again.
Penalty here to the Bulldogs, with the ball getting caught at the back of the scrum. The Titans had crept up and were ultimately judged offside. What about that for a touch finder from Lachlan Lewis, the left footer? Not even kicking to his preferred side of the field, but getting plenty of purchase on the kick. And they are starting 45 metres out, and they are starting through Peter Tiatia. Tiatia taken to the ground. So forward out to the half-back. Bergman, the fullback, chiming into the line, and back on the inside, Jack Gibbons said, I'm here, I'm available, and I want the second. Ockenbaugh, dummy half. Strickland travelling across field, has a double this afternoon. Lewis playing short. Liassi is over the line, but held up. There's been some very strong goal line defence from both sides in the opening hour of this. Several times we've had to go back the 10 and restart play. Kieran still going. Eventually gets the ball to Darius Miller. Last tackle now, and the Titans have given away a penalty. That is ill discipline from the visiting footy side.
Almost unforgivable, that one, isn't it? When your side's trailing 30-6, 5th tackle, one to make for your side. And just give the Bulldogs another opportunity to mount even more pressure.
Tagaloa, tackle of 3, and they slowly peel off and make their way back to the defensive line. Trying to get up quickly off their line to present a challenge for the Dogs' attack. Hear the call of Peaches out there. So expect something from the Bulldogs, a set move called Peaches. There you go. Strickland. Ball's come free there. Both players are saying it. Ockenbaugh. So easy. That one probably the Titans' most embarrassing defensive lapse of the afternoon, and Big Jaden for his second. There is a question mark here because both a player from the Titans and also the ball carrier from the Bulldogs basically conceded the ball had come free.
Yeah, Strickland looked like he did come up with a little bobble in that tackle, but for the Gold Coast Titans, just the urgency in and around the ruck, that is poor. You've got to do better than that at this level. Ben Wolfe would be absolutely furious with his side.
Wonder if he's going to give us a dance. Again, Big Jaden Ockenbaugh. He celebrated the first try when he saw himself on the big screen with a little shuffle. Come on, big fella, do your thing in the rain. His fourth double. He's gone the serious look this time round.
He did run 80 metres last time, Andy. Yeah. He's gone one there.
Well done. Difference in his two tries. The rain pounds in, coming right to left, so it's behind the Bulldogs in this final 40 minutes. It's probably as thick and heavy now as it has been, and they're expecting that to continue over the course of the afternoon. Nice kick from Josh Bergerman. 4 from 7 with the boot and some very difficult attempts. A 30-point game here, still with 14.5 minutes remaining. It is the Bulldogs who were placed 15th coming into the round. 36-6 over the Gold Coast Titans, who had been elevated into the top 8, had so much to play for, and for whatever reason, they just they haven't been able to do it here today. The dummy to the invisible front rower. That was almost on for the Bulldogs. Tiapa from the restart. He is a giant of a young man, Valima. Showing a tendency and a happiness to play short side football at different times. Haven't they, the Bulldogs? And quite often their favoured side is that right-hand side with Lewis and Strickland along with Ockenbaugh there. The ball has come free, so some desperation defensively rewarded for the Titans here.
Back to one now.
Just a little bobble there in the tackle, but Strickland down that right-hand edge, he's been a handful all afternoon, hasn't he? And for a back rower to be able to run those lines both in and outside of shoulders really puts the defensive line under a lot of pressure. He's got some really good speed for a big man as well. Really putting young Ty Barry under a lot of pressure over on that left-hand edge for the Gold Coast Titans.
Just checking the stability of the knee there. Big fella looks in a bit of pain. We hope not. And with a limp back into the line, he goes. Oppo. The thumbs go up from the trainer, so Oppo Tagaloa moves into his position. The old position of 5/8, I guess you could call it, defensively off from the scrum. Possession in the last 5 minutes, 98% in favour of the Bulldogs. That's why it's 36-6. Yeah, the feeling something like this was coming from that opening set where the Bulldogs basically went length of the field to post their first points. They're a lot better football side than this, the Gold Coast. But plenty to work on. Roberts out the back to Barry. Cartwright leaves it behind. That second pass has often been the problem for the Titans today.
Just thrown just behind him, wasn't it? just needed to be in front. Cartwright coming back against the grain. It's got to be right in the breadbasket, that one. Wasn't able to pull it back in.
Our man Oppo Tagaloa, the Bulldogs lock, who was receiving treatment from the trainers just prior to that last scrum, has in fact come from the field. 36-6. Why take risks? Peter Tia. Good quick play. The ball back to Joseph Tramontana. To Jaden Ockenbaugh. Ball dropped, kicked, and out. And at 36-6, with 11.5 to go, you almost get the feeling both sides are be happy if the ref blew the whistle and said time for a hot shower.
You can hear the talk there from the Bulldogs. Let's keep him here. I think that's what Coach Ben Anderson would definitely be looking for. Mentioned earlier, just that ruthless attitude is what he'd like his side to go on and really put the Titans to the sword.
Be happy with the victory, no doubt. Very happy with elements of their performance. Certainly an improving footy side. What the Bulldogs do have in their favour, they've got their next 3 here at Homebush. In fact, they've got 6 of their next 7 on this patch of turf. Not sure at 20s level just what home ground advantage does mean, but the fact you're not travelling and the fact that there's familiar surroundings, I would think would be quite an advantage for 6 of the next 7 games.
And you look at the inclusions that they've had too over the last couple of weeks, as we see another error there from the Gold Coast Titans. Lachlan Lewis, a late inclusion today.
Yep.
Haller also, who was super impressive in that first half. As these guys get a little bit more football under their belt, I think the Bulldogs' best football is still to come.
Now, we haven't seen Sonny Haller in this second half, and he's not on the bench also for the Bulldogs. He's standing behind with a left hamstring issue, possibly. The watches on this scrum. Here's the error run in this second half. Sadly, it's probably the only stat the Titans have the advantage in. Again, they are asked to defend.
Wait. Get to the side, mate.
They've completed 15 sets with the ball. The Bulldogs 24, so there is a huge difference in numbers. Here's Tia. Lifted, driven, and dropped. Back onto his side of halfway. Fixing that issue with 15 very powerful metres. His teammates on the right side of the field. It was Jerry Liassi, and then a knock on from teammates on that right-hand side of the field undoes the good work and the lead up from Liassi and also Tia. Bergman, the fullback, barking orders. Just a little look up from Lachlan Lewis.
Seconds, locks, head in, ball, out. Yours.
Very flat, the Gold Coast attack, isn't it? There? No depth as they come out of the scrum and just went one out. They earned themselves a penalty, though. I've never seen that. The big fella has just kicked the ball downfield after earning his side a penalty.
No rush to get the ball back onto the field. Then enjoying the rest. 8 minutes to go. A 30-point game. And it is really in slow motion, as it has been probably for the best part of this second half. Scoreline blew out early. The Titans have not been able to mount any real challenge. They needed to be first to score in the second half. They didn't achieve that, but they've got a penalty here.
Yeah, break the play down. Number 6. Out there, get out.
There we go, a little push and shove. Big Kurt Bernard. The smile on his face. Look at the size of him. He had a halfback and a A cheeky little 5'8", pushing and shoving him round. Oh, whack. And still going. Big brute Bernard.
Number 9.
And another penalty here.
Marcelo.
All a little late to give the Titans opportunities. So they've been piggybacked 50 metres here. But this is where it really counts. The Titans, can they get over the line? Can they hold on to the footy? It's come free, and another penalty goes their way. And 10 minutes into the sin bin for Joseph Tramontana.
Go.
Was protesting there, little Joe.
4 in a row, mate.
4 penalties in a row. Played at the arm, but just too quick off the mark.
4, you know, hold that line. Don't shoot. Hold it.
6 converted tries in 6 minutes? Probably not.
Wishful thinking, I
Yeah.
think.
This is the slowest walk off the field ever. A whistle is on now. Joe is off. 13 on 12 for the final 6.5 minutes.
Hold that line.
Go.
To the right-hand side. Defence was up very quickly from the Bulldogs. And it forced Josh Rogers back to the inside. Over the line and down. They're claiming it.
Yep. Happy, Drew?
Happy, yeah.
Is it Shane Wright under all that? It is the big number 11.
Stay positive. Stay positive.
A consistent contributor to this Gold Coast football side. Like his teammates, has not been at his best individually or as a unit today. There is a little individual reward for him. Oh, and if we still had captain's challenge, there'd be an issue. The Bulldogs skipper in defence there, Montoya, he knew what had happened. First for the season. Tyrone Roberts-Davis with the attempt. Mathematical now, it's not going to affect the result at all. Big performance from the Dogs, and they need it. They've got the Eels here at Homebush next start, and Parramatta, one of probably 3 or 4 sides on the second tier of this competition in terms of favouritism. Good kick from TRD. 36-12. A Monday Anzac Day triple header. The Newcastle Knights, the Manly Sea Eagles, the St George Illawarra Dragons and the Sydney Roosters, and the Melbourne Storm and the Warriors. Every tackle, every try, every minute, every moment, and all of the magic right here on Fox Sports. What a fabulous day. Anzac Day triple header on Australia's sports leader. Kurt Bernard. Solid and dropped. So that is advantage Dogs. Kurt jumped up, raced up to the ball carrier and looked to put a shot on. Filthy with himself. That was the 0. Tackle count restarts. And the ball dropped there from Big Val Tiapa. So the Titans
Wait here.
a little lucky there. What about the power that Kurt Bernard ran with from the restart?
That's 1. Yes.
Lalesio has got very good feet.
Out of there. Work 8. Hold.
11 involvements in the game today with the football. Along with Shane Wright, the most of any Titan. 1-on-1, great shot put on by Val Tiapa again. Now to Jed Cartwright. Dummies short. And support back on the inside in the form of his halfback, Ty Barry. That's who they go to now. He goes to the air. It's a pretty well weighted kick. Montoya took the ball, dropped to ground and gave the defence and the chasing side no chance whatsoever.
It was a well-weighted kick, wasn't it? But just probably a little bit deep to give his chasers a real opportunity to put some pressure on Montoya there. But there is signs, though, for the Gold Coast. You know, while they suffer the loss today, they'll go to 4-4 record. They've still got some really quality players in their outfit that can do special things on the football field. They just really haven't given themselves an opportunity to work their way into this game here this morning.
Gold Coast are going to need to improve because they've got the Melbourne Storm at Robina next week. Here is Lewis. Long left boot, as we saw earlier. 40-20 from the former Raider in his first outing in the blue and white. I just dare say him and his teammates are very impressed with what he has produced today. I would think it'd be a difficult environment, especially mid-year, changing clubs, trying to learn a new rule book, playbook, should I say, and meet everyone, learn everyone's name. He's probably calling players by their number out there at the moment.
Yeah, he's been impressive. He's had some very good touches, hasn't he? And
naughty corner, Joseph Tramontana.
He's been very good too, out of the dummy half position, just rolled his forwards down. Lovely little kicking game, forced a few repeat sets. Yeah, just on going back to Lachlan Lewis, I've been in that situation, changing clubs mid-season, and it is definitely hard, but you're going to get a lot of confidence out of this performance as we see the Titans make another error just as an opportunity was opening up for them down this right-hand edge. Lovely little kick over the top.
He knows that's one he'll never get back, Tyrone Roberts-Davis. Didn't get the bounce, but didn't give himself a real chance at a second bounce there. The Bulldogs and the Bears in the Intrust Super Premiership. New South Wales is up next. Of course, a triple header of live NRL action. ANZ Stadium, then Canberra, and Townsville. The opposing skippers, Jed Cartwright and Marcelo Montoya. Different fortunes today, very much so. Eddie Murphy in the final attacking set of this game. Here is Ockenbaugh. Boys having a chat out there. Nothing silly from either side as needed nor expected. A very disappointing outing from the Gold Coast. They have been comprehensively done. Match they came into as favourite, and they may well get the last points here courtesy of a drop from the Bulldogs. One play remaining, and this is it. They push the ball through. That is it. 80 minutes of domination from the Bulldogs, their third victory only of the season. The Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs, 36, have defeated the Gold Coast Titans, 12.